હા હા, હું મીટિંગમાં છું, હવે મને કાંઈ નહીં બોલે, કહી દઉં છું. જી બી છે બંધ હમણાં, કોઈ કાંઈ નહીં બોલે, પ્લીઝ. જી બી છે બંધ હમણાં, કોઈ કાંઈ નહીં બોલે, પ્લીઝ. I'll be back. I'll be back. By the way, if you want a link for this app, you can like message me and I can put the link for this app for you. It's like very easy. Uh, So close this here. So now the whole idea is to keep everything like hard, hard interface kind of thing. So I'll be looking at, yes, I don't think I have a better option to look at right now. Um, so um, anyways, I will go for terminal user interface display. So I have to make something like this. Uh, Not exactly this. Um, say no, not this at all. Nothing like this. Um, yeah, this suits the kind of thing I'm going for. I can make assets like these, but we'll start with this first. Um, open After Effects. And it checking also as well. If at all, like maybe I may not be very audible, or am I? I don't know. This thing doesn't open. Studio. I don't get those links. Studio. I don't get those links. Link for this app for you. It's like very easy. Uh, so close this here. So now the whole idea is to keep everything like hard, hard interface kind of thing. So I guess my voice is not really doing well. I will do this thing. Yeah. Um. Okay. Speakers. Microphone. Control microphone. Go to properties. I'll go to this levels. Advanced one channel. Apply. And then we go okay. And by the time this thing loads, I'll check the string once again to see if it has reduced, because because has it reduced? Because, has it reduced? Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Um, hey, I'm a big fan. Hey, I am fan. I'm a big fan of myself. Same for me. Okay, so go for a new project and go for composition, and I want something 400 to 3, 4 is to 3 logs aspect ratio. So we log that. Go to making height 720p, get 960 by 720. Mostly this should work. And then check with my 4480p. Yes, I'm streaming in 480p. because I want to give that nostalgia of having some vintage vibes with the whole streaming thing. So yeah, so my first screen is supposed to be stream started. Do I have a font? Access for font, access for font. I don't have a specific font choice. So for terminal UI, it's either basically Korean new or we usually take up Arial. But let's go and search for Dapper. Everything in this thing is like for personal use. I don't think I'll be getting more of this thing. I need more space, computeristic fonts, basic calligraphy, full gravity space. Uh, um, this one, I think this one works. Like we we need something that goes for user interface as well. Something that goes for user interface is like, you know, it would not be very complicated. And for Smash TV, that this font is actually good. Mm, it's nice. I don't think it will last. Um, so let's start. I do something. I go for last. I like this. I like this font. So I think this. Mm, if we don't take anything, we will take black, white block. So we'll go for side ones. As usual, I'll start from the back. Three will Jarvin and stuff like this. So these actually are cool, but they don't suit my requirement for now. So hence I'll go to LCD 21, have this thing that I want, and I'll open it, I'll install this. Okay. So the small letters, if I try to use the small letters, then this thing will reverse itself. So I can only use capital. Um, okay, dealable. I can deal with that. And here, I just want that. Maybe after if it doesn't show, but you actually add a new font. Yep, it doesn't show. What do we do next? We can do something. I don't need a text here. What's that? Center, I divide it in the center. I'll pre-compose this. I wrote this pre-com. Like this thing is named comp1. Even this nuclear comp, I will rename it as animation. And here I'll add another composition. I'll just look at the measurements of this. Intense rectangle path size 4.6 by 32. So we make a composition using aspect ratio. This thing is called 405 by 31. This is my composition. I have done this. Says, yeah. So it should look nice. I'll take position value. I'll take position. Take it here and pull it up. Okay. So if I see this, yeah, and I can have motion type. What it basically does is make copies. So if it can make copies, then I'm really, it does the job. Or we can try using echo effect for the same thing. I can reduce the decay. I can nullify the decay of that effect, and it will just simply work. So we'll try first motion tile with output with this would work. I'll put as echo. I'll put as echo effect. Echo is easy. Echo does the job at this point. Echo seconds 1 second delay. No, 0.005 second delay. No, 0.05 second delay. 0.5 second delay. 0.9 second delay. 0.8 second delay. 0.7 seconds delay. Yes. Yep. If I take decay to 0, starting intensity 1. What if it was decay? I have to put this one. Yeah. So let me just do this. See, this is how we make a simple animation. I'll put number of equals as 3. What do you think? This thing can keep looping, so having it like this works more than this animation. So this is comp 2, which I put it in here, and we just check it how it works. We actually made a simple loading animation, and well, it doesn't go completely out of frame, so I have to like take it here and pull its position out. So you know the loop works properly this way. And yeah, comp one. This is the place where basically all the effects will take place. Select these. Information written down. Yeah, you go to text tool and I think I'll go with Lucida console. Did get an replacement terminal starting. So I can look at this. Right. There is something where I am not seeing the controls. Or maybe I have hidden the wireframes. So I need to see if I have hidden the wireframes. Somehow today I am actually behaving like a smart person. If you would find me doing this without a stream, I might have been confused. And I've never messed up my After Effects settings before. Today is the first time, and I still knew what I was like. So yeah, we need to move it up a little bit. I'll just look at the edits. It'll actually say. So there is plus one. Very well aligned according to me. Now the reason why I'm keeping it so very simple is because you know it really doesn't have to be very complex. In my case, I like to keep things fairly simple, and I believe that the more simple that is, the better it works. I actually have a preset. Let's say uh, character glitch. Uh, glitch. Character glitch. I don't know. Okay. Yep. See, yeah. What I can do is I can shorten this time. It's basically I have paid a bit of thing with character value. You know, I can do this. It's easy to get done. So I'm actually liking it at this point. And yeah, this font is something that I would like to change. So I'll do one thing. I'll save this somewhere. Save. Go under the stop for save. Title project. I'll just say stream package. Because I might forget which file I'm working on. So it's a stream package. I'll save it and I'll close it. And I'll refresh and then again I'll switch it on. So this is how you uh, fix a missing font missing font in the sense not the ones you haven't downloaded. If you have downloaded new font and you know you don't need to find it right away, so you just go and now if I go back to see, didn't I see? Exactly, I see it. So now we go align this. We just push it back. Return. I'll go and play with the size and scale it. And what I'll do in com1 is I'll name it process limit index, and this thing I'll name it as load component. Load, and I'll just organizing folders are like load components folder, like uh, animation uh, assets. I'll put animation in this, and animation will be what? Let me specify this. Start, starting soon animation. So the reason I'm doing this is later when I render these things, I don't face an issue of finding the right file. So I can like simply go and see which file is what and find it. It makes my work easy within the project, and I suggest everyone do that while we are in render. As I said, there are a set of effects that will be constant for render. Well, I know I can add using Control Shift Y, but I think mouse is hassle free. Yeah, the mouse is a little hassle free. So I'll go firstly for updates station. By the way, uh, the whole thing I'm making on the way, so I haven't planned it. I just saw what I need. Right? So yeah, so I can keep it like slightly away. It should be like slightly. Yeah, you see that slight curve we get. We are going to go for that, and then I'll have some chromatic observation. I have time, and I'll use Sapphire plugin. And so Sapphire plugins are actually like maybe get a more better out. There is a good chance of getting good output. We just shift and we just check. Uh, See, I already have this. See, by default it looks good, but yeah. So I want green shift to be 0. It is 0. So blue shift frames can be -2 and can be +3. So like I did it auto backwards. Yeah. So I know abbreviation on the loading side as well. See, it's pretty simple. And then you go to another adjustment layer. You can switch on, switch off the glue. That is why using another plugin for already glue, and I will exposure. Wherever you get this kind of banding because of lower bitrate. So if I click on this, shift to this, I have a better thing, right? Better bitrate. 16 bits is I feel is more than enough in my case because I see this thing if I go okay, there's still banding. I see even in 32 it will not work like this. Yeah, I see banding. I see banding even in 32. So I'll keep it 60 to have a networking space for RGB. So, yeah, that works for me. Yes, let's see what increase the radius or decrease it. I'll actually 1000 is really good. Now I'll go auto, I'll put it on auto. And let's increase the chromatic aberration. Can I do that? Yes. Now let me increase it. Alright, so what if I turn this off? Do this. I turn this off. I still have a good effect. It looks pretty. I'll roll this and see. I'll reduce it a little. So one of my components is ready. First one. And render starting soon. So now animation assets, I'll go here and make another composition which is I find a wait message. So waiting time, call it waiting time, and I'll go for composition setting and go for 1960 by 48. So yes, yeah, we do this, and then go into online and search for interest and look at different streaming packages. So that streaming packages. So they have great. This actually you can try making this someday. It's pretty easy. See, but yeah, our focus is in that. Uh, Techniques, break over, look at that, and at least you try it. You find that sounds good. I am sounding very serious, and it will take me a little bit time to actually behave in a more entertaining way. I'm just way too nervous for that. Uh, add break jokes. Add brag jokes. What? No, don't show that things. Yeah, I'm back. I just don't know what happened. It just happened, and I don't know who to blame about it. Maybe it's like the whole network thing. I'm not that illiterate, guys. But, you know, my brain is only very big enough for anyone, and I'm giving perspective at this point. Uh, Coming back to yeah, I ad break joke. Get an ad break joke. Well, the easy way would be to go and ask uh, ChatGPT or Gemini, but I'd say let's not rely on them. Let's make a joke out of it. You know, if I were, oh, I have a few lines like to brief and stuff. Let's see. Uh, so uh, taking a break. Time for a break. Take a break. Okay. Time out. It's time for a break. Get back soon. Everything is under control. Easy. Or if I'll go to the energy domain. Programmers. I see the word. I like the word play in this. Why not? Sorry, this owner is not in good mood for any conversation. Stress and stop thinking. Oh, 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 okay. Mm, no, nah. What the hell? Why? Okay. Come back to. Mm, well, I am taking a break. How do I put that? Firstly, I have to go for Lucida console, so I might choose font like Consolas or Ubuntu Korean new also works. Yeah, I'll see. I'll see. I'll see about that. Let's say I get a mathematical equation. I'm really bad at maths. That is the very reason I choose to become editor and stuff like that. It's because I'm not good at maths. I can't calculate, so I didn't do engineering. You know, and come here I can ask. I want mathematical equation that when solved, the outcome should be like should be table break. Now I want you to make a complex logarithmic integration or physical cal- or calculus. Any calculus kind of equation with some variables variables. The formula will actually be mathematically provable. So why I'm doing this? Firstly, because I see if the whole thing doesn't make sense, then it becomes a mindless joke. And in my case, if this makes way too much sense, then well, I might be intelligent, or that's my preference towards. We just see what kind of equation we receive in order to, you know, get away to add it. Mostly, I'm going to add it like a code line. Mostly, I'll add it like a code line. It will be it's one. The next hour, I have to like make the objective as well. So first objective was to actually work for a client. So that I have to start working on a client project. So I'll be taking my previous edit, and on basis of that, I'll be taking decisions to make or break that. Most probably, I'll go for yeah, yeah, important the equation. And that's this is okay to justify. Okay, just listen.
This is a creative way to use mathematics to justify some much-needed downtime. To make this work, we will treat the letters in your phrase as variables and use three core pillars of calculus and analysis: natural logarithms, infinite geometric series, and differential limits. Here is your well-being equation. The equation. Solve for psi, the state of the system, the mathematical proof. To prove that psi equals text take a break, we evaluate each term of the expression individually using standard calculus rules. 1. The logarithmic term, the take. Using the inverse property of logarithms and exponentials, specifically that ln e caret x equals x. This utilizes the fact that the natural logarithm is the base e logarithm, effectively cancelling out the exponential function. 2. The infinite series, The A. This is a convergent geometric series where the
Okay, listen to this.
This is a creative request. To make the outcome, taking a break, mathematically sound, we can treat the phrase as a constant or a variable and multiply it by a series of complex mathematical expressions that all simplify to one. Here is a complex calculus and logarithmic equation designed to resolve exactly to your desired phrase. The equilibrium equation. The mathematical proof. To prove that the result is taking a break, we solve each bracketed component individually. 1. The definite integral, exponential decay. The first part uses an improper integral of the natural exponential function. This establishes our first identity. 2. The logarithmic derivative. The second part involves the chain rule and logarithmic differentiation. First, simplify the term. Lane, sqrt, y squared plus 1, equals, frac 1, 2, lane, y squared plus 1. Differentiate. Frac d, dy, left, frac 1, 2, lane, y squared plus 1, right, equals, frac 1, 2, cdot, frac 2y, y squared plus 1, equals, frac y squared plus 1. Multiply by the reciprocal provided in the equation. Left, frac y squared plus 1, right, cdot, left, frac y squared plus 1, y, right, equals 1. 3. The limit, definition of Euler's number. The third part uses the fundamental limit definition of the constant e. By definition, lim underscore n to infinity, left, 1 plus, frac 1, n, right, caret n equals e. Therefore, e, c dot, frac 1, e, equals 1. Final simplification. Now, we substitute the solved values back into the original equation. Since all the complex calculus and logarithmic coefficients reduce to unity, the equation is mathematically provable.
Yep. This. Right. I think this works. I'm going to look like this. Let me show. Why is my device getting disconnected every single time? What did I do wrong? Looks like I didn't know this. I go here, type on, so why is it getting disconnected repeatedly? There is a certain latency here. It shouldn't get disconnected this repeatedly. Open it and reduce this. This will go space here. Open and yeah, and here with this one, we will do two things. First, we evaluate like code, so it will be we set it and then select okay. So we'll take it to this point. We again then I'll take it to this point. Let me look at this. Mm, yep, I might say I'll duplicate it a few times and yes, like some frames. Okay, so there is a certain glitchy effect that we see that occurs all the time. Yep, right. So again, we go to make a new rename it, take it out, give it time to run, and place waiting time in this. Right. Yeah, it is like this. And this, 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 and copy this, paste it. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. Today we are having issues with stuff, so it keeps going and coming. So yeah, the stream assets are ready. I'll just click on save. Um, well, I can use shortcuts here. my habit of doing that. So yeah, I'm an obvious. Yay, objective uncompleted. See, objective uncompleted. So for today, I've made two things already for that thing. So now my work is actually work on the client thing. And you are basically when you work with clients, you receive a hard drive with a cloud storage link. And I love when you like to use hard drives because this thing is like 4 TB, and I have a lot of renders, missed the renders part. But yes, I will go there and just LinkedIn. Yeah, this is exactly what we do. So in Constellation, I have completed this, and yeah, with this one, this flow I'm going to be there. And I think the most changes will be intro and most changes that should be there. Okay, I forgot the controls that I made myself. So hey, I'm not a smart person after all. With intro, then we'll go for animations. What I'll do tomorrow. Today I'll just fix the intro. Then we'll make color correction. Right. So these were the things that I was supposed to fix, and all of this. Okay, see, and I'll go for the. So this is like I'm planning these things out, and this is available. And when we come to a new point, I'll add a feature where I can actually add more notes to this. So I'm looking around for that, and well, we will do this project together as well. I'll also introduce one new project that I'll be working on from today. Uh, like, yes, it's client project. Yes, I'm making my stream access, but there is another project as well which I would like to miss. And it's much easier to explain from my end if I were trying to explain you that. But firstly, I'll do something with CC, then we go for page check. Page check. So these two steps are actually very easy, CC and stuff. And when it comes to this, note choosing, so intro, so animations and page checking are they are lengthy processes. The intro will be doing now, and CC also I'll do now. After submitted by the end of Saturday, so I'll have a render process which I have to do. Most of it is like replacing and it's something around. So I'll see most of the time I'm rendering again. So considering my previous experience with the renders, I'll constantly keep rendering uh, bigger units during my stream. So maybe I will not stream for 1 or 2 days, or I'll just not work as in like streaming. I'll simply keep browsing the internet, and I'll be talking stuff and things like that. Just to like wait for the render to happen. My goal is like before evening tomorrow, I start the render part. And so the more I talk, the more I get into it. So this is my work pipeline. This is my work pipeline. Let's save this. Save this on the desktop. Project not. I'll call it. What do I call it? Yeah, video fix. Let's we'll just look at the intro and we'll see as if we fix it or not. So we don't like so project version history. There's nothing. There's very intro. There's nothing intro. Very full video. There's nothing intro. Video. Happy file. Oh no. Yeah, we have files. The intro. Yeah. Thanks you guys for uh, modify. Uh, okay. 8 January. Uh, January 9 January. On 13th. Yeah, 13th. It should be the file about last one. Yeah. Yeah. This might work, so maybe I might receive copyright strikes if this gets released. This is a BTS process, so I don't think they should actually put a strike on me. But YouTube does it automatically. We don't have a lot of control about it. And yeah, I'm certainly speaking in a lot of bass voice, as I'm a very, I have a very corroded kind of voice. Uh, I don't think that's the case. Uh, yes, I don't have a GPU. You know, that is how poverty looks like. And I'm privileged enough to have a computer. And I'm also privileged enough to know what privilege is. So, not too bad, not good enough. That is how everything goes on in my case, mostly. And by the way, today it was like, I'll just talk a little bit about today until the project's open itself. Uh, I have exams. Physical subject is one of the subjects that I don't usually attend on class. I have been away due to a shoulder injury and stuff. So I have been given this specific, let's say, what do we call it exactly? It's not kind of a title bit, but it's a remark, sarcastic remark you receive when they say, "Oh, I thought this was everything." Um, I know in my entire life you'll never be watching this stream, specifically these few seconds at all. It's highly likely low probability. I want to say one thing. If you ever read about Leonardo da Vinci, if you ever read about Nikola Tesla, if you really know what I'm doing, if you like, it's 1 year, right? 1 year worth of streams, 300 more streams to go. If you really know what I'm doing, then I don't think there will be a need for you to not believe that I am, um, I don't know everything. There will be no position where you can actually say, I will actually end up knowing everything. It's a fun thing, by the way. I do a lot of knowing stuff and things like that. Address sequence, upload file, sequence read, okay. By the way, we have tried to put intro. So intro is where we go first, and please commute is where it is. No, commute is alright. I find fine. Step sequence 3. What is this? So yeah, big issue. It's disconnected in my case. Amplifier talking about project. We have introduction of page 44. Mute. So intro. And then there is this page. What are other sections? I might have missed something. Something is missing. I think footage. Found footage. What other sequences?
In a word, ads chase you everywhere. This guy makes them sharper, smarter, and actually seen. Welcome back to Brunch with Buzz, the tastiest way to learn from the bold in business. Today, I'm sitting down with Sandeep Bomireddy, founder of Adanmo, the ad tech startup, which is turning AdWords into breakthrough.
First thing we have to change is the section which we see all the motion graphics that I've gone to, which was well, I'll keep it strict. I use a template. The reason being I wanted to finish it as quick as possible, and I thought there's not much extra effort needed for that thing to happen. So I use a template. So first we don't need that. We remove it. And then yeah. Basically the entire structure, the way this is structured is not good enough. So we have to change the screenplay of it. Now for that I would require some reference from some place. And how do we get that reference? Okay, I'll go to Google. I'll go to YouTube. and I just look up for because I have already discussed with them. I know what to wait for. Okay, comments, podcast. Yeah. So let's consider I'm in conversation with Elon Musk. Okay. Some operations clean vendors.
हमारे दर्शक ज़्यादातर वो लोग हैं जो भारत में एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं, और इसीलिए हम सबको आपसे बहुत कुछ सीखना है, क्योंकि आपने इसे बहुत अलग अलग कार्य क्षेत्रों में कई बार किया है।
हाँ।
तो आज हम उनसे बात करेंगे और मैं अपने सभी सवाल उस दिशा में केंद्रित करूंगा ताकि वो इस बातचीत का फायदा उठा सकें और शायद शुरुआत करें, जोखिम उठाएं और कुछ निर्माण करें। क्या आप कॉफी पीना चाहेंगे?
हाँ जरूर, क्यों नहीं।
ओके।
क्या हम ज्यादा देर बात करेंगे?
उम्मीद है कि हम करेंगे।
ठीक है, बिल्कुल।
मेघना,
क्या मुझे एक कॉफी मिल सकती है?
क्या हमें एक और कॉफी मिल सकती है?
कौन सी कॉफी लेंगे?
कैपुचिनो ठीक है। हाँ।
क्या आपको कॉफी पसंद है इलोन?
हाँ, मैं आमतौर पर सुबह एक बार ही कॉफी पीता हूँ।
अच्छा, यानी दिन में एक बार?
हाँ, ज्यादातर।
So coming to what we have in here, well, the shots are very different, but the structures can be very similar. So because our part was to get to the commute. So we have 4 pieces in the video. One is introduction, second is commute, third will be talking, and fourth one is rapid fire. So when it's in that structure, we need the animation to happen first. So first thing. So I'll have to make animation later, but then I'll have this introduction part. So I don't want to make it buggy, right? I don't want to use extraordinary footage. I want to keep it as simple as that. Very simple. So we have seen an example where the person we are in conversation with is a very well-known entity. Now, if I were to introduce someone who is well-known in the market, but when you come towards the audiences, they may or may not know him or her. Right? So just for some guy like that, literally. He huge, you know. So now I personally don't know who Vinod Khosla is. And just look at it and I retrieve it. I hope I can get copyright. Or maybe I'll just mute the audio. Hey guys. So here I have it. This way he entered. There are a few shots.
You seem like a very certain person. You take the contrarian opinion in a very certain manner.
Almost certainly, with no doubt, there isn't a job where AI won't be able to do 80% of all jobs. And that's what today's 20 or 22-year-old has to take for granted.
Hi Vinod, thank you for doing this. For our audience in India, which are largely on.
So you see, there is this certain thing that he doesn't give an introduction to his guests. But in our case, we have to, because the guest is really not very well known to the general public. You know, the reason why we are trying to target general public here is people who want to start a startup, is our target audience. All people, like the whole conversation on the video or the entire channel will always be around the startups. It's usually young people, so they might not know who Spear is, right? So that is why we need an introduction. Now I need to make the introduction a little more sassy. I'll remove the audio also for now.
Breakthroughs.
So
Let's join him.
and I can also I'll click on this. It's only 160 something. You just click on this.
In a world where
Messed up. It usually doesn't matter when it's messed up today. I have to
this guy makes them sharp.
load it firstly. So we have this references, media page. I'm removing the media page. As simple as that. I remove the media page.
In a world where ads chase you everywhere, the guy makes them sharper, smarter, and actually seen. Welcome back to Brunch with Buzz, the tastiest way to learn from the bold in business. Today, I'm sitting down with Sandeep Bomireddy, founder of Adamo, the ad tech startup, which is turning adverts into breakthroughs. Let's join him.
My myself now. I hate this part. Right. So this thing goes within the animation. We don't add this separately. We have it within the animation. So again, the intro is going to be animation heavy. Uh, I'll remove related. What I'm supposed to do. I'll remove this. I'm supposed to leave for the story. And yeah, the thing is, I didn't put something here. My bad. There is a color correction consistency. Uh, so it's a very quick thing. I feel this is a very good cut. Uh, while this thing does not make sense, and this title was again size, so I don't think we need anything. So I want it to close like this with the So yeah, my base work is ready, and I'll be animating tomorrow during the daytime. So I don't know, maybe I will stream that part as well, or maybe I won't. I have realized something that while streaming, when I'm working, I'm actually getting things done quicker. And those are simple tasks. These were like different tasks. So when we jump into animating that part, it will be a huge workflow thing that we do. You know, it will be like how I actually work when I'm making things, and I don't want like much help or involvement from others. It will be a heavier work session ahead. I'll just save this for now because we have started the work. That was our objective to start. It's 1:42, so I have only 15 minutes. In these 15 minutes, firstly I'll remove this because 15 minutes I want to make a beat that stays. Now I'll just listen to Hacker BGM. Just listen to these these are very chill. We don't need something else. Now I need something that Anirudh did with this song. Yeah, this song 23 themes. So I can't play it, but there might be a YouTube video which I can use to show how what kind of beats were used. I haven't seen the video, so I don't know whether I'll be able to make it or not. I'm not good at the studio at all.
वेलकम बैक। आज ब्रेक डाउन करेंगे AA23।
I really like his videos because he explains and I can see the pattern clearly, and I can take inspiration and try and replicate. And the name of instrument which I want to use will also be more clear to me. And because I don't know what instruments to use, so it helps. FL Studio is also, yeah.
टेम्पो सेट करते हैं 93। एक बार सुन लेते हैं।
Hey, 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 hey.
स्टार्ट करेंगे किक लोड करके, इसे ट्रांसपोज करेंगे -1 सेमीटोन। बेटर। टॉप एंड के लिए एक और किक लेयर करेंगे, इसे भी ट्रांसपोज करेंगे -1 सेमीटोन।
I don't know.
अब इसका पैटर्न बनाते हैं। ऐड करेंगे स्नेयर, पैटर्न में प्लेस करेंगे,
Okay.
एंड दिस इज द किक एंड स्नेयर। अब एक ओपन हाई हैट, इसे भी पैटर्न में प्लेस करेंगे। नाउ क्लोज्ड हाई हैट, पैटर्न बनाते हैं। लास्ट हिट को ट्रांसपोज करेंगे -1 सेमीटोन, प्लेस करते हैं बचे हुए पैटर्न में, एंड लेट्स हियर इट। नाउ इज द टाइम फॉर द हीरो एलिमेंट, काउबेल। इसे भी ट्रांसपोज करेंगे -5 सेमीटोन्स और फाइन ट्यून करेंगे -50 सेंट्स, पैटर्न में प्लेस करते हैं। अब काउबेल एक ही नोट पे नहीं चल रहा है, बीच में कुछ हिट्स में नोट्स चेंज है। दिस वन एंड दिस वन, एक सेमीटोन डाउन करेंगे, एंड दिस इज द लास्ट वन। परफेक्ट। अब एक शेकर ट्रांजिशन ऐड करते हैं। दिस वन शॉर्ट करते हैं और थोड़ा सा फेड। अब बनाते हैं फिल। ऐड करेंगे एक स्नेयर फ्लैम, सेकेंड हाफ डिलीट करेंगे, इसे भी थोड़ा सा फेड, एक और स्नेयर रोल। अब ये दोनों को कंबाइन करेंगे एक लॉन्गर फिल के लिए, देन टॉम्स और एक हिट, इसे ट्रांसपोज करेंगे -1 सेमीटोन एंड हियर इट इज परफेक्ट। पैटर्न इज डन। पूरे सॉन्ग में प्लेस करते हैं। 14 बार ब्लैंक रहेगा, ये हिट्स डिलीट करते हैं। और एक सॉफ्ट किक है तो वो सेकंड लेयर है, उसको म्यूट करते हैं। कुछ विनाइल स्क्रैचेस भी ऐड किए मैंने, एक्टिंग ऑल्सो एज ईयर कैंडीज। Here we go. You ain't stopping me.
Yes. We are supposed to let this song be a kick. C5. Yeah, we need to hit kick. Go to channel side. Focus. Kick first there. So I'll save this pattern first. Playlist, this playlist. Yeah. Playlist. Second for these tracks. Playlist, yeah. So I'll move this. So playlist. So this is add a new pattern. I'll go here. Channel copy all of these. Right. Let's move the pattern. Call it beta. Maybe I don't know. Beta channel. I'll forget this. Second copy doesn't keep the channel right. Here this this that going to keep piano. Then I'm going to play this channel. I'm going to So now what is left? Clap. Right? And add it on the end of every time. Simple pattern. For that pattern. And what time it is? I can't see time for some reason. 4 more minutes.
All right. Activate.
I can't feel no.
Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1.
my camera stopped working for a long time, and it's already 2:05. So I'll be taking a leave for today, and maybe I'll make tomorrow. Let's see. I'll make more other parts of my skill package and also keep editing. So yeah, peace out.